See whether or not we go green flag for the final time. Aaron Likens on the stand, ready to throw that flag. Looking pretty good. Indeed, everybody able to catch up to the end of the train for the final time in 2024. We are green, green, green. Flags are out. Loud pedal on. Rocketing down into turn number 1. Thomas Schrag trying to get through cleanly. He's low on the bottom. Remember, all these drivers have to be able to make it through this corner. If you cut the corner, you find yourself with a drive-through penalty. Everybody clean and green. What a great call that was for that ruling here this weekend. 8 starts, almost all of them. Fantastic. A couple of drivers running afoul. That is it. A little bit of contact there between Cox and Garcia coming out of turn number 3 and 4. Cox did not want to give it up as Garcia tried the outside line. 25 lapper here for USF2000. Again, drivers getting aggressive on the opening circuit. Big move there as Papasanos goes to the inside of Sam Corey. One driver dropping a wheel out of turn number 7 through turn 8 now. The sweeping turn number 9. The opening circuit driver still deeper in the field, side by side. How about up here as well? Big move here for third spot. That's the number 3 of Schrag. He's falling back quite a ways. Well, that's our Taylor in the 3, Schrag in the 2. Schrag leads. Cox second, Garcia third, Taylor fourth, Papasavas fifth. Opening laps. Good start for Quinn Armstrong, the Aussie, rocketing up, I think, to 5th or 6th. Excellent start. Cross the line once again. You're close here. It's still an opportunity to overtake. There's a move there. Cox tried to go around the outside. One driver having trouble and bumping up and over top. Not sure who that was. I don't think they made the corner. You saw them locking the brake up and not quite able to make the corner up and over the curb. Don't know whether race control will say that was kind of self-penalizing, getting up and over the curb and losing the ground that they had. But again, we talked about it. If you don't make that corner, it's going to be a drive-through penalty, unless, of course, you fall to the tail of the field quickly. 4-driver breakaway up front, though. Oh, one driver way off the racetrack. He'll come back on. It's one of the Jay Howard cars. Trying to hang it out to dry over in turn number 6, way outside the track. Schrag going defensive already. Oh, a couple of drivers going way to the inside of the racetrack, further back, probably for 7th or 8th. A pass, I think, may get done. Wing damage there for the driver behind. One of the drivers with front wing damage. Oh, sure. It might be Hudson Schwartz. Pick up that car with the front wing damage. Yeah, you can see it there. That is not going to be good on a track like this with a lot of high-speed corners. Constant radius corners. Still that 4-driver breakaway. It's hard to pick up which driver. Yeah, it is indeed Hudson Schwartz with wing damage on the Pabst Racing Machine. Best to bring that in immediately and try to get that changed and potentially hope for a yellow to get back to the tail of the field. It is holding on at this point, but that's one of those deals where if it were to break off, the issue could be catastrophic. Garcia in full defense mode from Max Taylor. Sam Corey back in 5th. Needs to get himself up there. To get back around, we'll give you a full field update. Elliot Cox trying to get that win that he was denied in race 1. Led for a majority of the race, but I think we have a pass here. Oh, not quite. Oh, Max Taylor tried the outside around of 10 to the inside of 11. Couldn't quite get it done. Thinks better of it and checks up. But remember, Cox led for so many laps yesterday, or earlier today, and just lost the last couple of laps as Garcia was able to get by. The young Indiana driver absolutely distraught coming to victory lane. He wants that first victory, and he's going to fight for it here with Thomas Schrag. Schrag leads, Cox second, Garcia in 3rd, 4th Taylor, 5th Corey, Papasavas runs 6th, Brienza all the way up to 7th as the lead rookie right now. Brienza massive, started back in 13th, +7 for Brienza. Armstrong into 8th, Giafone 9th, Facuri in 10th spot, Argyros 11th, Schwartz 12th, Eder, Golan, Costello. Hauk did not start, and I believe Jameson, not sure whether Jameson made the call to pit lane or to the pit lane. He did not turn lap buys, and we know that Aaron Hout is having an electrical or some kind of a mechanical problem with the car. We saw him on pit lane, did not get a chance to start. Whether they'll get him back out on the racetrack to get some laps in, we'll see. But Schrag is getting challenged. Cox going to try him over to turn 11. And I believe he's got the job done to the inside of 11. Book it. Cox around the outside of 10. Dominates the apex on the inside of 11. And that's going to put Thomas Schrag in the crosshairs of Max Garcia. Down the straightaway. Cox does the racing line. Garcia's going to try to come around. Oh, you wonder whether there was going to be contact? No. Garcia through to second. Max Garcia won early in the season, early and often, and had a dry spell. Finally able to get another victory, and then, of course, the win earlier today. Huge for that young driver. Can Cox this time get that victory? Eluded him earlier in the day. Going to be a challenge definitely behind for Max Garcia. All those drivers are going to try to find their way by. Now up into 7th, Armstrong. 8, Giaffoni 9th, Facuri rounding out your top 10. Field streams out of 9. Big run down into turn number 10 again. We saw a great outside pass there from Cox. Can he pull away here now, though? What did you learn from race number 1? Did he cook the tires a little bit? When I talked, of course, to Max Garcia in the pre-race show, he talked about just wanting to come out and have some fun. Enjoy this race. Let it soak in a little bit that he's won this championship and get out there and just enjoy it. Any racer, though, you put the helmet down and you get into the race. You're not just out there to enjoy. Oh, big wiggle further back there behind Giaffoni. That was Facuri, I think. One of the drivers taking the shortcut. That'll be a drive-through. I think looking back to see any of the drivers have done a drive-through yet. Not that I see, but that one driver completely missing the corner, the apex of turn number 2. Nice control, definitely picked up on that one. Cox leading last time by 6/10 of a second. Early going in this one, only 5 laps down. 20% of the way through a 25-lap race. Long way to go. Final race of the weekend, final race of the season for USF2000. It's been a great one. Starting back at Grand Prix of St. Petersburg in March. These drivers learned so much over the year. Oh, Argyros trying to send it on the inside at Giaffoni. That's G3 Argyros in the number 63. Started the season in USF2000 or USF Juniors. Started to double up at the Grand Prix in Indianapolis. Big lock up there further back. Not sure whether or not that driver was able to make the corner. We didn't cut to that other shot quite quickly enough. There's your lead duo. Garcia once again, very similar to what we saw in race number 2. Garcia starting to put the pressure on. Those two drivers stretching away though. There's another move there. Big one to the inside as Papasavas getting by Sam Corey. Nice move into 7. Gonna lock up the tire a little bit. Corey wisely backing out of it. Coming right back at him. Oh, Zaprienza in the fight as well. And that white nose number 91. This is getting good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on top of each other right now. Let's have a look at it as they come across the line. There's Schrag. Oh, serious stuff coming across the line here. Brienza up on the wheel. This is the best we've seen him run here this weekend. Garcia all over Cox. Cox, Garcia, Taylor, Schrag. Then it's Papasavas, Corey, Brienza, Armstrong. And then second back to Giaffoni. Another driver missing the corner there. Further back. That looked like the number 18 of Brady Golan. Not able to get the car woed up and turned into turn number 2. Had to shortcut the course. Cox continues to lead. Last lap of the race, Max Garcia right now, not surprising, using that draft to close up. Talking to Lockie Hughes after result there, his second place finish in USF Pro 2000, and discussing the aero wash. He talked a lot about how tough the aero wash is. Here's a pass potentially further back. Giafoni battling it out here with Argyros. Oh, they're going to be side by side again. Look at Giafoni on the inside. How about side by side through 10 and 11?
Give it up for both of those drivers, Giafoni
and Argyros. And Giafoni has not had the season he wanted. Up and down. Here comes a potential pass for the lead. Around the outside, not enough. Cox is going to hold on and hold that spot through 3. That's going to give Schrag a chance to close back in. Wow, Garcia, big run down the straightaway. Cox covered off the bottom, and Garcia made a big run on the racing line from the outside. I want to say beat him to the apex, at least at turn 2, but Cox was able to run the outside line, and that outside line still gives you the inside for turn number 3, and that was the deciding factor. Cox, holding off the first really aggressive attempt. For the majority of the race, it's not been that aggressive, but really kind of Garcia there, pointing a nose here and there. That was a real aggressive overtake attempt. Let's see if Schrag can come up to make things interesting. Pressure on Garcia could take a little off of Elliott Cox, and that's Sarah Fisher-Harton, racing development number 67. Some Wheels Foundation on the side of that car.
I'll give a shout out still to
Hudson Schwartz, still running out there with that damaged front wing. That cannot be fun. Here comes the run down the straightaway again. Still a long way to go in this race. That's the key. You got to take care of your tires. Cox to run that inside line, and you know, as you continue to run that inside line, you're going to bring everybody back into the fight here. Garcia now trying to the outside of turn number 4. They're side by side through 4. Schrag not quite close enough to go to the inside and fill the hole in the inside of the turn 4 apex. Giafoni's going to get used up on the outside of that corner. He's going to lose a spot. I think Argyros finally by Giafoni for 9th. So while we had a bit of a snoozer in USF Pro 2000, those drivers kind of settled in and knocked out 30 laps, green to checker. We've got a lot of action here in USF 2000. Capping off the season. Joey Brienza trying to hold on to the Rookie of the Year honors. Essentially in a battle with Giafoni, Schwartz, Costello, Armstrong. Big nose-to-tail fight further back, right behind Giafoni. Look at that, 5 cars in a row. Man. Cox still running that inside line. Make it 6 drivers in the lead group, and I'm telling you, those ones back there are hungry for more. I'll tell you. Look at this fight here, too, behind Giafoni. Giafoni, Ficuri, Schwartz, Costello, and Etter. Good scrap there. Again, that is for 10th on back. Joey Brienza better watch out here because he's got Quinn Armstrong rolling up on him. Right now, Brienza, the top finishing rookie, or top running rookie right now. Armstrong, Argyros, Giafoni. Top 6 drivers, all second-year pilots in the series, the sophomores. Once again, showing their experience here in USF 2000, especially at this racetrack, Holden. That was Argyros in front of Giafoni with that gap. There he is there. That's G3 Argyros in the J. Howard driver development car. That's 9th. Giafoni still 10th. The group of 5 drivers behind. Yeah, I was going to say some of those drivers a little bit further back are probably going to start getting a little more aggressive. Papa Savas, I think, able to get by Thomas Schrag there. With all that's happening, with Cox kind of backing up Garcia, if you're 6th in that group, that's not, listen, we've got an opportunity to get on the podium. We can win this race. But you don't want to be 6th. You want to start getting aggressive, and that's what Papa Savas is doing. He's got nothing to lose here right now at all. I think he's locked into 4th place in points for Papa Savas. Again, a winner last year at USF 2000, multi-time winner this year. Papa Savas has shown that he has the skills. Another win would be nice on the resume. See how he works his way up here methodically, because we're not even at the halfway point here.
Papasavas by Corey first, then Schrag, I believe.
Yeah, Schrag goes back to 5th, Corey 6th. Brienza closing up here from 7th, as is Quinn Armstrong, to cap off his season. Tough year for Armstrong after a really good start to the season. Had a big run in these top 10 finishes, then got to Indianapolis and literally got involved in 2 incidents that weren't of his doing, and it was just tough for him completely. Another run around the outside here potentially for Garcia. Is he going to use him up on the exit? I think Garcia, does he have it? No, contact between Garcia potentially and Cox. Hard to see from that vantage point. Where is Elliot Cox? Yeah, I think he's off the racetrack. Full Courcelles Cox damage. So contact between 1st and 2nd, and once again Elliot Cox leading, he and Garcia. Last time it was just a good pass for Garcia. This time the contact between the 2 drivers through turn number 2 and 3. They came out at 2, it happened in 3. And a full Courcelles has come out after 12 laps. That is going to pass the lead, likely over to Max Taylor. Man. So indeed, full Courcelles will restack them for you when they come back around here. As they come across the line, Max Taylor the leader. Papasavas goes to 2nd, Schrag into 3rd, 4th Corey, 5th Garcia, 6th Brienza, 7th Quinn Armstrong, 8th Argyros, 9th Giaffoni, 10th Costello. Elliot Cox, I believe, will come into pit lane. Not sure of the extent of the damage. From what I saw very briefly as he flashed across the screen, looked to me like front wing damage. I don't know if yeah, he looks like he is in a pit. Yeah, he's in the pit lane right now. So that team, Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing Development, will jump on that quickly to see if they can't get him back out here on the track, because there is a lot of time still to go, and he's, as we know, has the speed. But 2 tough races for Elliott. He led race 2 and he led race 3. His first lap's really leading on the season. Big opportunity to win race number 2, and I think he felt like he was going to be able to come back and get race number 3 as well. So there you have it, folks. We're getting the call from race control. Max Garcia in the 24 ordered to the rear of the field. Avoidable contact. So incident responsibility on number 24 of Max Garcia. Out for a fun ride, but wanted that victory. Didn't want to give it up on the exit of the corner. Contact coming out of turn number 2 over to turn number 3. And he goes to the tail of the field. The question is, will they be able to get Cox back out in time? He is rolling down pit lane right now. They're coming through 10, 11, and 12. He is rolling up here now. I don't know why they haven't let him go as of yet. I think he's waiting to find out whether or not he can go. They may make him, I think they're going to make him go. He's going to go a lap down. I'm surprised. I don't know why he wasn't able to come back out. They're going to make him go at the tail of the field, so he will go a lap down. Tough for Elliot Cox. Green flag flying on the restart. More contact, a couple drivers. Oh, chaos here. A bunch of drivers together. Oh, they played so nice all weekend long. Restart here. Major contact. I'm not seeing yellow yet at start finish. If the drivers are able to continue watching Aaron Likens very quickly, caution on the course, and indeed, once again, a full course caution. I expect we'll be able to get a replay on this. Papasavas, one of the drivers involved in the number 6. This is not what you want to see at the end of the season. The championships are essentially decided. You hope these drivers are able to finish out with no damage. That, I think, was just, well, there was one driver walked it up coming in. This was the old school Portland we saw with drivers getting way overzealous coming into the corner. Papasavas has got himself all caught up in one of the NTT IndyCar Series signboards that delineate the track, the part of the track you're not allowed to go on. We're going to have a couple of looks at what happened here in that restart. As the drivers circulate around. There's damage for one of those guys. I think Corey's got damage. So watch us coming in here. someone's going to lock up. Someone's also, I think it's going to be from a big outside run for Papasavas. He's going to make the dive in here on Max Taylor. Taylor goes straight to the apex. Max Taylor doesn't get around the corner. Couple drivers up and over. Nowhere to go for Corey. Schrag up and over the top of the track. Quinn Armstrong cuts the course. That he'll have to go to the back of the pack for sure anyways. So does, I'm trying to pick up, I'm not sure if that's Costello or not. Brienza looks like he was involved as well. Big contact there as they came through the corner, and you're going to see another shot of it there. Max Taylor on the inside didn't come back around. He essentially went right from one apex and was aiming to the other apex as Papasavas was coming across. They essentially make side-by-side contact up in the air. All these drivers coming through cleanly. Garcia, Schwartz, Giafoni. A driver potentially leaving the scene right there at the end might have been Brienza. Elliott Cox, who came down here, didn't get the green to go as the field was coming out of turn number 12. They held him. Papasavas is at full speed. He just came across start finish. They got him going again. There's no damage to the number 6. I don't know how that happens. Why not, boys? We've seen it all. I know you guys have been hanging out here. I've been talking the entire. Why not, right? Let's finish this off with a bit of chaos. Well, yeah, let's have another look at this first, then we'll bring you guys in your thoughts on it as well. And again, here's a good shot here. This is going to be a good shot of the line that Max Taylor has. Does he lock? He's locked it up. He can't even make the corner. Nowhere to go at all for Papasavas. There is the 91 of Brienza goes around. He's got nowhere to go. Schrag up and over the barriers. I think he'll be okay with that. Archeros gets through. All the guys in the back load up and were able to get through. Carson Eder, Garcia, all able to get through. Like I said, boys, every start was fantastic. Why not have a chaotic restart?
You know what? It's funny. We were talking about Elliott Cox comes down pit lane, starting to move, and all of a sudden they hold him, and you can see him like express emotion, throws his hands up like, what's going on? What's going on? Had they let him go, now again, it was going to green, so you didn't want to deal with that.
That was really close.
Right. He would have avoided all of this, been on the same lap, and now with this.
Yeah, indeed, he would have been able to fight his way back forward with the attrition we're having right now. Right. The number 23 of Sam Corey into pit lane. I have a sneaking feeling that's going to be terminal because he came like there was some damage potentially on that car. So here's what we have, folks. Max Taylor is the leader still. No call from race control, whether there's incident responsibility there. G3 Argyros now up into the second spot. G3 started in the 14th spot. They are going to reorder the field a little bit. I'll tell you what we got right now, just because they came across the line. Taylor, Argyros, Armstrong, Schrag, Giafoni top 5. Facurian 6th, Garcia 7th, Schwartz 8th, Eder 9th, Golan 10th, 11th Costello, 12th Papasavas, 13th Brienza. Corey's into pit lane, Cox is down a lap. So 13 drivers remain on the field. A number of these drivers are going to get drive-through penalties because we saw them cut the course. Quinn Armstrong cut the course. I'm not sure which other drivers yet cut the course. So car 3's going to the back. That is Max Taylor. So he is going to get instant responsibility, avoidable contact, as of course he locked it up. It's his responsibility to make it to the corner. Oh, okay, so they're sending him back because he shortcut the course, so not instant responsibility. Obviously, he locked up the brake and wasn't able to make the corner, so he's going to go back. We'll work with that first. Whether there's more penalties for incident responsibility, the simple fact that he cut the course, he's got to go to the back. I'm going to say that the 11 of Quinn Armstrong is going to have to go to the back as well because he took the escape route, which you're not allowed to do. And of course, Papasavas, because of the contact, really the penalty already self-inflicted or self-penalized there as he obviously came to a complete stop. Chaos to end the 2024 season. These guys have done such a great job all weekend long. We had super clean starts.
The restart, though, again, it was a train reaction from the front on back. I will say this, all the drivers behind the top 3 or 4 that got involved, they did exactly what they needed to do. Get into the corner, woe it up a little bit, wait for the chaos. They were all able to make the corner. It was just Max Taylor going in so deep, got on the brakes, locked up likely that right front, and straight into, he wasn't going to make the corner, as we had said, hence the drive-through for him. Listening in here on race control, as I expected. Car number 11 going to the tail of the field as well. So again, that is Quinn Armstrong. We saw that very clearly that he cut the course there. Another driver came in behind him as well. Not quite sure who that was at that point. I wasn't able to quickly pick it up, but might have been one of the Jay Howard cars, I think, that came through as well. So indeed, we're going to hold on the green right now. There's still 8 laps to go, so we're not going to get this lap in. They've got to get this field reordered based on all the penalties that are being laid out for drivers cutting the course. Pace car will stay on the field. As we see right now, G3 Argyros will be in P1. Thomas Schrag is going to go back to second, I believe. So Schrag back to second. Remember, he almost missed it, but drove back across the curbing, which is good enough. It's rough on the race car, but he was able to get back. Quinn Armstrong, who runs in second, sadly, remember, cut the course, did the chicane. He's going to have to fall to the tail of the field in number 11. Schrag is going to go up into second. Giafoni likely up to third. Facuri up into fourth. Garcia will go to fifth. Sixth will be Schwartz. Seventh, Eder. Eighth, Golan. Ninth, Costello. 10th, Papasavas. 11th for Brienza. So I believe that they feel they've got everything where it needs to be. G3 Argyros is now the leader. Looking for his first USF 2000 race win. Pace car on the throttle, up and into the pit lane. We're going to go green flag racing this time by. 18 laps will be in the books. It'll be a 7-lap dash. But again, can they get through cleanly? The Rookie of the Year still up for grabs, as we know. One driver diving in the pit lane here quickly. I think that might be Hudson Schwartz coming in for repair. All the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Argyros going to try to defend. Got to watch out that he makes the corner. He'll come back out wide. He does a good job getting through that corner. All side-by-side action further back again. Oh, another driver backwards. That's Carson Eder. Eder's backwards. More damage. Eder's going to refire. There's, I think, contact between a couple of the Jay Howard cars potentially further back. Another driver off. This may be another full course yellow. Sounds like the number 6 of Papasavas has lost a wheel on that machine. You wonder whether or not it was contact there. Hopefully we'll see a replay, but otherwise full course, yellow again, lock it down. So there's the car of Papasavas off to the driver's right coming out of turn number 2. And again, we want to do the best we can. How much time do we have left? 12:24, that's the key. 12:24, 7 laps. There's the wheel right there, and that's not just the wheel, that's the half shaft. That thing came out of the car completely with the contact there. Papasavas is going to be absolutely livid with this, knowing with the opportunity to work his way back forward. It's not what you want to have happen to end the season. You want to always end it in a high note. The AMR IndyCar safety crew, the rock stars of these races, when they're able to get in here, they've already got the hook on this thing. They've already got the tow truck coming back in. Again, the key with a shorter racetrack like this, it's not a Road America, so we have trouble with it. Let's have a look at the replay as this crew goes to work getting that car of Papasavas. They'll be able to take him right off the track, but here's what happens. We're going to look further back. Argyros does a good job coming through the corner. He comes low but back out wide. Nobody with him. He's got a couple of lengths up front. Argyros gets through cleanly. Here comes the side-by-side action between Giafoni and his teammate Facuri. They go side-by-side. Schrag second. On the outside, Facuri almost gets into the side of him. Garcia through cleanly. Little issue there for Carson Eder. I'll have to look back, but when we get a second chance to see this, Eder goes around. Papasavas with nowhere to go. He drives over the left rear of Eder. When we get a second chance to see this, we'll have an idea that's where we need to focus. I don't know that Eder, he might have got, here it is, great shot here. We're going to see if Eder gets contact from behind to go around. Let the front 5 go together because they're kind of through cleanly. Yeah, it looks like contact from the rear. Trying to figure out who that was, and it's not. It's actually. Oh, you're kidding me! Oh no, that's Jay Howard cars getting together. I'm not sure who it was that got into the back. It might have been Costello, I think. Yeah, Costello gets into the back of Eder. He spins Eder around with nowhere to go. Yeah, with nowhere to go, Costello's got to go to the right side of a spinning Eder. Papasavas with nowhere to go. His left rear hits the right rear of Costello. It's gone, ripped off the car. So that moves Costello down to 13th. Eder's going to be 11th. Schwartz pitted. So Papasavas is out. Cox a lap back. Lap number 19, or is this going to be 20? Lap 20 clicked off here. There's another shot at it. Watch again. The contact there. Costello drives like literally right into the right front of Eder, moving him around. There's the other driver, just cut the course again. That's the 11 of Quinn Armstrong. He'll have to go to the tail of the field again. There's Corey, Brienza, Schrag all the way back there as well. Oh, no, pardon me, that was the 3. I keep getting the 2 and the 3 mixed up. That was Taylor. He somehow comes out in 9th. Armstrong cut the course again, so he's going to have to go back to the tail of the field for yet another time. We are going to go good green this time by. There'll be 4 laps remaining. 4 laps to go. Argyros, Schrag, Giafoni, Fakuri, Garcia, top 5. Golan 6, Brienza back to 7th. 8th is Corey, 9th Taylor, 10th is Armstrong. Back-to-back restart mayhem in turn 1 and 2. Man, Carson Eder along for the ride there as Costello got in too hot, got inside of him and spun him around. Costello having to get out of the way of the spinning Eder. Nowhere to go for Papasavas. Chain reaction that puts Papasavas on the sidelines. And then there were 13. I'm not sure if it's 13 or 14 that remain on this racetrack. G3 Argyros is trying to win his first race. Started the season in USF Juniors, kind of moved it into a double duty program. Run a bunch of races in USF 2000. We expect that's where he'll be throughout the 2025 season. Back to green flag, 4 laps to go. Can we get to the end of the 2024 season cleanly, or will chaos continue? I feel like I want to vote for chaos because here they come again, 4 wide. These drivers are realizing they're in for an opportunity to try to win a race here. Side by side, Schrag, Giafoni. Another driver cut the course there. I think that might have been Fakuri in the number 10, cutting the course potentially. Another driver wasn't able to make that corner. Look who's coming back up, Elliot Cox, but he's a lap back. Yeah, he's a lap down, but he's on fire. Why not show what you got here? Man, oh man. Argyros. Giafoni trying to see if he can't salvage the season with a win here. Closing up here again on your leader, Argyros. So there's Argyros, Giafoni, Max Garcia. Where did Max Garcia come from? Did he not get a penalty to go to the tail of the field for contact with the leader? Unbelievable, he's back to 3rd. Why not? We've seen it all this weekend, have we not? Man, oh man. Will Argyros come away with the win? Giafoni doesn't look like he has much for him here right now. Argyros stretching away a little bit. Garcia back up on the wheel. We've seen a lot throughout the 2024 season. It's the highlight reel here in Portland. Garcia down to the inside of Giafoni. He thinks better of it and tucks back in. Hey, a podium's better than a wreck, I'll tell you that. The 22 back out, and that is Hudson Schwartz. Yeah, live timing is not updated to see whether or not he's on the lead lap. I'll have a look when he comes back around. We'll get him one more time for live timing to update itself. Garcia finds himself back into 2nd. Everything that has happened, the storyline of this race, 22 laps down, Garcia could potentially win again. A penalty for contact with Max Taylor, or the lead group. He ends up having to go to the tail of the field. The contact with Elliot Cox, pardon me. He's got to go to the tail of the field. The way everything's played back out, he stays out of trouble. He's back to second. A little further back, Hudson Schwartz. So the number 10 of Lucas Facuri, I believe, getting the penalty. As I said, he cut the course. He remains on the racetrack and has not yet done the drive-through, so it's going to be a penalty post-race for Lucas Facuri. He cut the course. He should know to get to pit lane. He did not. So a post-race penalty for Lucas Facuri. There's Facuri there in the 10. Still action happening. 23 laps down, 2 to go. Carson Eder around again, coming out of that corner. He'll get that car refired. There's Eder in the 57 machine. Not sure whether there was more contact there for Eder. He was in a battle with Elliot Cox. He's trying to work his way back forward. Again, G3 Ardros looking for that first win in USF 2000. He's staying out of trouble. He hasn't been part of any of that action. But he's got the newly crowned champion on the gearbox. Second year USF 2000 driver. Really a rookie in USF Juniors as well. Look at this move to the inside, side by side, coming through the corner. Do they make it? Oh, almost. Argyros almost throws it away. Giafoni's going to get a big run on both of them as they both had to check up. Look at this. Giafoni's got the run. He sees it and understands this could be an opportunity. White flag flying this time by. They are side by side. Argyros is not going to want to give this up. He wants that first win. Does he send it into turn 1? Yeah, Garcia thinks better of it. Yeah, I don't need to damage this race car right now. This kid wants it. Giafoni's close though. Let's see if Garcia mounts it again. Final lap of the 2024 season for the entire USF Pro Championships. Full course yellow. That is it. Full course yellow. Argyros is going to win it. Full course yellow. Contact in turn number 11. We'll try to figure out what it is in turn number 11. Full course yellow to end the season. Thought we were going to have a last lap battle at the end. You see the AMR IndyCar safety crew rolling over to turn 11, the final corners of the racetrack. Contact. And I don't even know who it is yet. Find out when we get there. Wow. You know, they played nice all weekend long, but the pent-up frustration for being the final race of the day, and we're not even going to be able to see the cars involved here. They are so far off the racetrack. Being told the 18 and the 22, Brady Golan and Hudson Schwartz on the penultimate lap off the racetrack over and coming through turn number 11 and 12. Both those drivers out battling for 11th position. What is this going to do for it? Argyros is going to get the win. Garcia second, Giafoni third, Facuri in fourth, Schrag fifth. Sixth spot belongs to Joey Brienza. I believe that may be enough for Brienza to come home with the Rookie of the Year honors. Max Taylor seventh, Sam Corey eighth, Quinn Armstrong ninth, and Carson Eder back into 10th. I will say, remember, there's going to be a penalty for cutting the course for Lucas Facuri. We do have a look of this instant coming through 10, 11, and 12. We've seen guys go side by side through that corner, folks. Every time we saw it through 10, I expected when we cut to this other shot that they were going to be side by side. It happened this time. This is the outside shot coming through the corner here. In through the corner, yeah. Oh, that's tough. That was side by side. Golan wasn't able to get the car back enough to the left side of the racetrack, and he essentially went over the curb. The right side tires into the grass. At that point, he's not able to make the corner and straight into the side of Schwartz, who is, of course, already coming around making the corner on the outside line. So that's the contact there that ended this race. And here are your unofficial results to cap off the day. G3 Argyros, first-time winner. He's got a big group of friends and family and fans here this weekend. Big one for G3, getting the victory, staying out of trouble. Max Garcia coming home in second to cap off his USF 2000 career. That champion will move to USF Pro 2000 in 2025. Nicholas Giafoni back on the podium. It's been a rough season for Nicholas. Nice to see him end it off with a podium trip. Lucas Facuri, again, this is unofficial. He will get a penalty. That's going to move Schrag up to fourth. Brienza's going to go to fifth. Taylor to sixth. Corey to seventh. Quinn Armstrong, I believe, to eighth. Ninth for Carson Eder, and it might bring, well, I was going to say it'll bring Brady Golan back up into Brady Golan back up in, but he's probably going to get a penalty for avoidable contact. So believe it or not, Elliot Cox, a lap down, may end up finishing in the top 10. All done, though, folks, for the 2024 season. We'll see these drivers get out of their cars here momentarily. G3 Argyros is going to be a happy young driver, the number 63, scoring his first win here in USF 2000, ahead of a full USF 2000 season in 2025. Rest of the field getting ready to turn here and come back around. There he is out of the car. Argyros, pumped up for that race win. Stayed out of trouble when others were making mistakes. Garcia second, Giafoni third. So the celebration continuing. Guys, I'm obviously not going to be able to get back on the broadcast with you, so I'll take the opportunity to say goodbye. Congratulations on doing a great job so far this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're going to
that.
have a fantastic big race Sunday. Crazy couple of days.
You sure you don't want to come hang out with us in the booth tomorrow?
I'm going to be here doing what I got to do. I got a press conference for our champions in the morning at 9:45. But no, I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to come up.
Oh my gosh,
Great to be with you guys.
It has been a pleasure to hang out with you, and you are welcome up in our booth anytime. We feel like we are just here, because you are here, and so congratulations, man! Great weekend for you guys.
Yeah.
Huge for USF. What great exposure! What a great race! I know we had talked about some chaos yesterday. That was the perfect way to end a great day of racing.
He saved the best for last.
Phil, didn't it almost feel like it was building up to that? Like it was so good, but the pressure cooker was there.
That's okay. That's what what fans stuck around and saw a wild finish and a wild race today.
They did see a wild race for sure. And of course, we're going to have a new winner, which is always great for G3 Argyros, Max Garcia, and Nicholas Giafoni. Definitely he needed that podium finish as well. But again, guys, thank you so much. I'll let you kind of fill until I get down and get ready to go. But again, have a great day tomorrow.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
With Santino Ferrucci on the pole.
Leading the field to green in
Giddy
Portland.
up,
What
man.
could possibly happen?
Well, I'm happy for Santino and really happy for Larry Foyt as well.
My gosh,
I saw him afterwards. He was pretty pumped up. So, again, it's going to be a fantastic race. Louis Foster on the pole for Indy Next. Again, one of our graduates.
Can't wait.
Champion a couple of years ago in USF Pro 2000. So, shout out to all those drivers in Indy Next, all the drivers in the IndyCar race. Excited for your main event. And it's time for me to go down to
And we will see you back here next August 8th, 9th, and 10th.
We will be here. Don't worry. Thanks, guys.
Rob Howden, awesome guy, good friend of ours. He will head down to Victory Circle now, and let's crown, I love the guy's name, G3.
G3.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that. So, and car number 63, G3. I asked Rob what's up with that. He goes, it's George III.
There you go.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, anytime that you can work in, like, you've got RG3, G3, it works for him. But what a great way to cap off a Saturday. Like, I was fired up beforehand. I'm fired up now. Like,
the best description of this race
we still got to go home and sleep.
Was a 3-letter word. Wow. I mean, that's what it was. Yeah.
Easily.
It was awesome.
The chaos that we saw, the start was great. Everybody got through there. And then once they started to battle, and the last 15 laps, it really, the intensity was just cranked all the way up, and that was fantastic. I'm looking at my watch right now. It's 6:45. You and I are going to be back here in about 12 and a half hours.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Probably won't sleep tonight anyhow. We're that excited.
Oh, my gosh,
Bob.
absolutely not. I know I'm going to have a hard time falling asleep tonight. So,
shot of whiskey might help, but,
hey, have a beverage. Roll over to the Jansen Beach Bar and Grill over there at the Columbia River Inn and just relax and have fun as we get ready for an awesome Sunday here at PIR. It's the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland. I cannot wait. Music's starting to pump as we hear them getting ready for the awesome trophy celebration, and there will be a champagne shower coming up very soon for some very excited drivers getting wins today here at Portland, man. When we say goodbye here in a few minutes, I know you and I are going to be amped up, but let's what a great day of racing. What a great day of action on track.
Non-stop.
Absolutely amazing. All right, let's send it down to Rob Howden, who is ready to give a very well-deserved driver his trophy. Rob, take it away. Oh, never mind. He's not quite ready yet. So Phil and I will keep talking.
That's not hard for us, Bobby.
It's not. Let's just quickly go over tomorrow's schedule real quick. Gates open at 9:30. Indy Next first on track, I believe, at 10:30.
10:20 or 10:30, yeah.
somewhere in there. And then, of course, the NTT IndyCar Series, they drop the green flag at 12:30. Tickets available, raceportland.com. It's available on USA Network and Peacock tomorrow. But I am fired up. We got 2 big races left. It's the show tomorrow.
We're both fired up.
And it is as we say in the football world, it's game time, baby.
It's game time.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, heading it down to Rob Howden. Rob, take it away.
Bobby, thank you so much. Indeed, ready to cap off not only the weekend here for our USF Pro Championship drivers, but also the 2024 season. We crowned 3 champions. And while we got through 7 races pretty clean, this one was a chaotic one for sure. The drivers who were able to keep their heads are the ones that are going to join me here on the podium to cap off this season, all part of the Continental Tire Grand Prix of Portland. Let's start out with a driver coming home in third. A really strong run all race long for D-Force Racing, Nicholas Giaffoni. Finishing P3. Nicely done. Coming home in second spot, I thought he was going to get the penalty, go to the back, and maybe come back and win it. It ends up second, but he is your champion. What a great way to cap off his USF 2000 career for Paps Racing. P2, Max Garcia. Almost. Always great to celebrate a first win. I know there's lots of fans, lots of spectators and family here for this young driver. The first win always a special one, especially when it's a step up in USF 2000. A huge victory for this young driver. Really showed his maturity to be able to work his way forward and get the job done. The winner of the final race of the 2024 USF 2000 season from J. Howard Driver Development, G3 Argyros. How about a race win?
Never thought it'd happen. From 14th on the grid, I knew just get the head down, let's keep moving, not make mistakes, hit the marks, and once I saw everyone crash, I was like, all right, this is it, let's go.
How about those last couple of laps where you were able to get cleanly through? Really good starts. They were pushing you, but you got such a good jump. Talk about your restarts there.
Yeah, so the strategy was actually just to bump it in first right when it was about to stall so nobody knew and I'd go.
Just tell me what it feels like to win.
All the emotions. Nothing beats the feeling of winning. It's something that very few people get to accomplish, and I'm happy to do it here in Portland. Season finale, roll the momentum into the full campaign of USF 2000 next year.
Big group here with you. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank, obviously, my mom, Positive Energy. Second, Jay Howard, the entire crew, Jay, Joe, my mechanics, the entire team all did a great job this weekend, giving a totally capable car to go and put it up on the podium.
Get on top of that podium. First time, folks, a winner, G3 Argyros for J. Howard Driver Development. Capping off the season with a victory. What a way to finish off the 2024 season. As we said before, 3 champions already crowned here. And a way to finish off our program. Shout out, of course, to Lockie Hughes for the title in USF Pro 2000. Max Garcia in USF 2000, and Max Taylor in USF Juniors. Time to celebrate, guys. Grab that champagne. Let's finish out the season. Grip it and rip it. Time to celebrate. And they'll go after Argyros as he wins his first race in the USF Pro Championships. And with that last champagne spray, we cap off the 2024 season. It's always a pleasure to be here at Portland International Raceway to finish off our campaign. And again, the fans here, so fantastic. The racetrack always lends itself to some wild racing. Really good through 7 races, a little chaotic in the last one for sure to cap off the season, but it brought us a brand new race winner. G3 Argyros on top of the box here in USF 2000. Otherwise, we cap things off from Portland International Raceway. I want to thank all those of you on the YouTube channel, those of you who've been watching our events throughout the season, whether you're on the YouTube channel or the mobile app, whatever it is. Thank you so much for being along the journey with us from St. Petersburg through Noel and all the events throughout the 2024 season that brought us here to Portland International Raceway. We're all about developing the drivers that'll move to Indy Next and eventually the NTT IndyCar Series, and I can tell you this, we've got some fantastic drivers in the pipeline. 2025 looks like it's going to be the biggest season we've had in the 15 years that Anderson Promotions has been doing this ladder system for the NTT IndyCar Series. It's going to be tremendous. Great drivers coming up through the ladder, and we're going to see a bunch of them in Indy Next in 2025. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. We do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, all the fans, all the families, all the racers, thank you so much. The teams that work so hard, all those mechanics digging in from 6 in the morning to sometimes midnight putting cars back together. Thank you so much, ladies and and gentlemen, we are wrapping it up here from Portland. On behalf of Anderson Promotions and Continental Tire, for the last time, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.